Всем добрый день. У нас снова в гостях наш друг из Индии. Его зовут Шри Крушна. Он владелец генетической компании Avee Broilers. Он занимается генетикой. И я некоторые вопросы хочу задать нашему гостю.
Namaste. Hello.
Да, wow. Uh, can you tell us, please, what about situation in India? I mean, of course, you know, very famous transnational companies there, you know, in India already, and you are as a national local company, and you compete with them. And what is the situation now?
See, we developed our bird as per the requirement of our country.
Mhm.
Our country, having the people are growing the birds in open housing conditions, so the bird has well adapted. We are continuing our breeding genetic selection program in open houses, open sided houses, just changeling outside and open shades. So the difference between day and night temperature is huge. It is more than 20 degrees Celsius. Where all these European and US breeds are not performing. They are
Mhm.
trying since long. I have seen that the avian birds since long they are trying and they could not catch more than 20% of the share.
Mhm.
But the genetic, what we as well as these Indian companies, those who did the genetic program on the local area, on the local raw material and local climatic condition, they are performing much better than the this breed from US and Europe.
Mhm.
One thing. Another is the death. The mortality percentage is also less in the local breeding program compared with the those genetics brought from outside
Mhm.
because these birds are not heat tolerant. Most important is in a broiler growth heat dissipation.
Mhm.
Bird doesn't have sweat glands.
Mhm.
So when the bird consume the feed, there is a lot of it become a chicken is a hot factory. Bird is a hot factory.
Mhm.
It releases a lot of heat is produced during the digestion, during their growth of feathers, their tissue growth. They produce a lot of heat, and
Mhm.
that heat dissipation only
Mhm.
two three ways are there. One is when they go as a manure. Another is with the painting. When
Mhm.
they paint it and they paint to remove the heat from the body.
Mhm.
Huh? And during that process, acid alkalosis happens, and many birds of this origin of this cob or Ross imagine from the abroad, they doesn't survive. First, bird has to survive, another is they should grow.
Mhm.
So, our Indian breed, first they are surviving in varied climatic condition during very high temperature, low temperature, the local water quality, the
Mhm.
local disease challenges. They are better adapted for the local disease challenges also.
Mhm.
So they are the most efficient producer in the country. The local breeding program always favors the growth as well as uh, cost of production of the bird.
Mhm.
If you bring the outside material, I think here Russia doesn't have their own genetic program, but in India,
Mhm.
the indigenous program is performing better than the bird those who bought from the US and Europe.
Mhm. Okay. I just summarize what I understand from your speech that your performance figures quite quite close to or similar to, for example, Cobb lines, but you have a lot of other advantages like very resistance to heat. You have bigger lungs. You have better bone structure. Uh, and my question is, how you achieve what kind of experiment or what kind of miracle in
See, it
investment?
is a science. It's
Mhm.
not a miracle. It is a science. If you consistently focus on what you want, you can achieve it.
Mhm. Okay.
So we have to focus on the bird. We have
Mhm.
to focus on the we have different lines. We have different biological traits of line.
Mhm.
Suppose the one particular line means now we have some A, B, C, D, we have nine pure lines. So one particular line
Mhm.
is developed for the better feed conversion as well as their breast yield, their gait means the distance between two legs, and their feather cover, many things, whether it is a fast feather or a slow feather. So slow feather birds have a better heat dissipation,
Mhm.
and all fast feather birds will have a less dissipation. So now bird when they are consuming 200 gram of a feed, and we are providing them a 3,100 or 3,200 kilocalorie,
Mhm.
means how much calorie you count, it's almost 3000 into 200 gram is 600 kilocalories per
Mhm.
day that bird is consuming.
Mhm.
And when the growing 45-gram chick in a 40 days is growing 2.6 kg,
Mhm.
means it is 60 times, 50 times than its day one body weight. Very fast. So none of other species is growing that much fast. In a minimum days, it achieves the body weight. Every year, broiler chicken is reducing its body weight days to reach 2 kg by zero point 0.5 day.
Mhm.
In a 2 years time, bird will reduce 1 day to achieve
Mhm.
2 kg body weight.
Mhm.
And when they achieve 2 kg body weight at 1 day prior, they will consume daily body requirement of feed is around, suppose at a 40 day is 60 gram to 70 gram of feed. So
Mhm.
every year, in a 2 years, they will reduce to consume the feed around 60 to 70 gram for to achieve 2 kg body weight. So that saving
Mhm.
earlier 70 days was 1.2 kg 50 years back. Now it is a 2 kg we are achieving at 30 to 33 days. Why?
Mhm.
Because of this genetic selection program, good environmental housing conditions, and nutrition, which plays important role. All these three four factors they are considered to be playing a role in developing the birds.
Mhm.
Another is we what speciality about our AV breed,
Mhm.
AV 395 is the lines.
Mhm.
We expose these birds to
Mhm.
the challenges.
Mhm.
See, when the zygote formation happens, male and female when we cross, at that time what is the situation? If it is passing through very high temperature, definitely that bird produces the amount of amino acids for the body to protect themselves to control the heat.
Mhm.
But
Mhm.
and another thing is to control the this thing, and when that amino acids are there to protect themselves for the heat stress, heat stroke, as well as the death of the birds, bird try to protect himself. But when there is a reproductive system, you consider when the male sperm and the female ovary, when there is a zygote formation, during that zygote formation, they are producing that amino acid to next generation. And that next generation, that mutation happens.
Mhm.
And that mutations, some mutations are temporary, some mutations are permanent.
Mhm.
If suppose, though thermoregulation, the
Mhm.
thermal tolerance that is passing by the father and mother to the next generation,
Mhm.
the first generation, second generation, every generation they contribute something for the heat tolerance, thermal adaptation, nutritional adaptation, environment adaptation. So adaptation is the world. If you see people living in Africa and people living in Europe, so when the African people come to Europe, they will feel happy.
Mhm.
But if European goes to Africa,
Mhm.
it is very difficult for him because that is the adaptation process over a generations and generations.
Yeah, I see. We also come back to this idea. I have something in my mind, but I would like to ask you about your history. I mean, how old your company? First of all, how many
See,
people
yes,
are running, and do you have full set from pedigree to final
yes,
hybrid,
yes.
and where it's located?
We are
Some
the
details.
Avee Broiler is the world's youngest broiler pure line genetic company.
Mm-hmm.
We are not the oldest, we are the youngest one.
Mm-hmm.
So we bring new ideas. I started my poultry farming career after my completion of my BSc in horticulture and MSc.
Mm-hmm.
And I love the chicken growing,
Mm-hmm.
and it is now almost 27 years old company. We started in 96, 97 with the few broilers, and now is a family company. Myself and my wife, we are the two directors in the company,
Mm-hmm.
and we have a we are a self-sufficient company. We are integrated operation. We have own pure lines. We have own gene pool that we develop in last 8, 10 years. So we are focusing on the bird growth, how we can provide a better bird to the industry for the India as well as world. And
Mm-hmm.
now our bird is performing better in Middle East, in African countries also. I
Mm-hmm.
hope they are the better adapted for high temperature. They are the better adapted for the leg strength. They don't have that woody breast as compared to the other birds. When these other genetic companies, I don't want to name anybody, but only a few, two are there.
Mm-hmm.
When they are more focusing on the body weight growth economics, they develop the woody breast, the myopathy in a broiler, and it is very difficult. Then the chicken quality goes down. You will find that it's rubbery, it is having a more fiber. But we are focusing on the developing the better genetic, which is adapted for the birds. I think growth,
Mm-hmm.
their growing stage. There is no that much lameness. If you compare, these birds are growing fast, but many birds are developing these myopathies or weaknesses like no leg breaking,
Yeah,
the woody
it's
breast.
important.
Yes,
Yeah.
support is not there. So we
Mm-hmm.
are taking that care of the bird. We
Mm-hmm.
want that bird should grow and it should be a healthy bird. So we are exposing them to the open housing conditions, tough climatic conditions, and when they perform in a tough climatic condition, hardest climatic condition, very high temperature, low temperature, definitely their progeny is going to survive in a better way, and they will have a better growth in your climatic condition of
Mm-hmm.
Russia.
I got some ideas that remind you that now there are climate changes
Yes,
worldwide,
yes,
and even in Europe,
yes,
it's recording one hot summer, then another awful hot
yes,
summer. You can apply some kind of uh, shuttle program, like for example, in winter, even in Europe, and of course in Russia, they can buy uh, eggs or one day old chicken from Coop, and summertime from your company. And you know what I mean?
yes.
Why not? And what about your plans to enter to Russian market?
See, I am very much interested to develop my breed. I am finding some good partners here, those who can take care of the local market. Bring We will bring GPs here. I can be a partner into them for the technical things, and we can penetrate in the Russian market.
Hmm.
So I am in a process to meet people to find out some partners who can work together with me for the win-win situation of the both.
Hmm.
So we can provide a better genetic to the Russia and nearby countries
Hmm.
with developing some strategic alliance with someone who is local here.
Hmm. And just one remark from our side that now we have some brochure, some manual as for parent flock and also for final chicken. And if some of viewers are quite curious and would like to uh, got this information, please write to our channel. We can send, for example, by email privately to any who would like to get more information. So, sorry, I have to continue. And nobody knows about what happened next year and 2 years ahead, 3 years ahead. But it's obvious thing that now our collaboration with the Indian company uh, become better and better. That's why it's very attractive project, and those people, those specialists who join us right now will have benefits in future, and you can treat this video also like kind of commercial. Is a real and solid invitation to join to the business. And of course, I I would like to thank you that you have time and spend this
Yeah,
time
there
with
is
us
some
and be
little bit,
visit to
yes,
our
little
company.
bit barrier because of
Yeah,
language.
yeah,
I don't know Russian, and
yeah, yeah,
we are basically English spoken people. So that barrier. So because of this
yeah.
Google and this thing, now anyway we connected. So I will also try to learn Russian
Okay.
language, and next time my some technical people, whatever the technical doubts or any questions you have, just mail me. Me as well as my team of technical people will definitely going to answer you.
Mhm. Okay, and I will say just few words in Russian, okay,
Yeah.
for our viewers. Так что видите, что раньше это было невозможно. Нас посещали люди из КОБа, из Авиагена, они сделали местное предприятие. Сейчас немножко новая эпоха, и вот это первое такое движение. Генетическая компания из Индии у нас, как я уже говорил, в гостях. И прошу вас присоединяться к этому проекту.
Namaste. Thank you very much.